I was also gonna put makeup on and then didn't, so it actually looks way worse on camera. Makeup's not really my thing anymore. So yesterday was Mr. Scabby's birthday. He turned 11 years old. I was gonna do like an update video on him, but there isn't really anything to update on. He's going strong. So today's my birthday. I just hit my dog in the ear. I'm so sorry. I'm 18 years old today. This year has been really like, oh my god, there's so many bugs. Oh, I want to say reflective, but I don't know if that's the right word. I've just kind of like matured a lot, but also like not at all. Anyway, I was watching Jenna's old videos and she had done for her 31st and 32nd birthday, or 30th and I don't know, like one of those birthdays. She did like 30 life lessons I've learned in 30 years and she gave a lesson for each year, so she had like 30 of them. Obviously, it's self-explanatory, but I wanted to do that and kind of like, not compare, but like reflect in the future, because I don't think at 18 I have literally anything figured out. So I think it would be kind of funny to look back at 10 years, or in 10 years, and see what has changed, you know, what else I've learned over the years. But these are the best ones that I could come up with for now. That's it. So these are, I have to stop touching my hair, I'm so sorry. These are 18 life lessons that I've learned in 18 years. Also in no particular order of like how relevant they are or what's more important. So the first one that I could come up with that I wrote down is, it's okay not to be okay. I think this was like really important to me last year, like starting into this year. My years are my birthday, by the way, of how old I am. Like my new year is September and it goes from there. So I don't mean just 2019, I mean starting in September 2018 type thing, if that makes sense. That was important then, and I think it is still true. Please stop crying. This is hectic. This is why it takes me so freaking long to edit. It's okay not to be okay, and it's an important lesson, and I do try to remind other people of it as well, because you can't be okay all the time. It's like, it's not realistic. Can you believe I've already been rambling on for 4.5 minutes? Number 2 is, it's okay to love what you love. And I think this one was important because people have a tendency to tease you for what you like, even if what you like is perfectly normal or like really popular or something. They think that what they like is better than what you like, and so they try to make you feel bad about it, which is irrelevant. And then you start to like things that other people like just for the sake of fitting in, and it gets pretty miserable when you don't actually pay attention to anything that you like because you're afraid of what people are going to say about it. So forget that, just like what you like, because that's fine. Number 3 is, don't be afraid to reach out to someone. And this was a really hard lesson to learn, and I think it's still kind of a learning process, just because most people in my life, I say most, I think they try, but most people in my life aren't really accepting when you ask for help. There's always something like, the problem that you're having isn't good enough, or someone has it worse, or they don't have time, or whatever. So it does take a lot of courage to actually ask someone for help or tell them that you need help, and even if you just have like one person to reach out to, that can be a literal lifesaver. Number 4 is, school doesn't have to come before health. Now, this one was particularly important a couple of years ago, and I had gone back to high school. The problem with that wasn't the fact that I couldn't handle school, it was that I was in a really bad headspace, and so none of it worked out at all. And I felt really bad about it because I was getting good grades. I was like getting A's and B's and stuff. I was like doing good and had good friends and had a good social life, but like personally in my own head I wasn't okay because I hadn't dealt with everything regarding just life, things that happened in my life, and then the situation with Christina I think was still too fresh then, so I was really like out of it, and ended up feeling really bad that I didn't finish that grade because I wasn't in the headspace to handle it, and health is more important than grades. I cannot believe, hang on, how out of breath I am just by talking. I can run for miles, but I can't talk. I think I'm sick, actually. Number 5, it's good to have hobbies, especially hobbies that you're good at. I didn't really have many hobbies for a long time because I didn't do things that I wasn't good at. I didn't really do much because I wasn't really good at anything. And you do have to definitely find some things that you are passionate about to practice and get good at them, because obviously you can't just jump in and be good. But once you've determined that you are good at it or aren't, like, focus on things that you're good at. Just get some hobbies like settled before you branch out, because I don't know, it's just discouraging when you try to do something and then you're not good at it, you know? Like, have some things to go to and then I'm not making any sense. It makes sense, I just don't know how to explain it. Have some hobbies, do some things that you're good at that you enjoy doing, and do it. Actually, you know what? Do it even if you're not good at it if you enjoy it, because you should be happy anyway. I have been doing a lot of writing lately, and I play a few video games, but not many. I've also been working a lot on digital art and practicing with new styles, new brushes. These are a couple of my favorites that I've done this month. And yeah, that's all. Number 6, a good sleep schedule and eating schedule will do you wonders. I'm serious. I try so hard to teach Peyton this. She doesn't listen because she's 15 and can't be taught, but she'll figure it out for herself. Gotta be patient. I used to sleep in like till 1 or 2 or 3 in the afternoon and went to bed early, so it was going like 17 hours with no food or whatever. And November, when I was sick and had to like change things around, I started having like getting up at 9 or 10 and having a proper breakfast. Please excuse my computer fan. Started to have a proper breakfast and then had some like, not quite a lunch because we don't really have lunch stuff, but like some snacks throughout the day, and then having a proper dinner and going to bed on time and getting up, and like doing that and actually having a routine makes a world of difference. I don't have to take anything for my stomach anymore because I feel fine most of the time. So definitely have a schedule, even if it isn't a consistent schedule, you know, like even if you're getting up within the hour, you know, something like that. Just trust me, it works. Number 7 is another one of those that I don't know if I can explain it very well, but I'm gonna try. People don't change, and if you want to change them, then they probably shouldn't be in your life. Which is basically accept people for who they are and don't try to change them. If you want to change them, then maybe consider changing your relationship with them, because they aren't gonna change. You can't change other people, you can only control yourself, and you shouldn't change for others either. You know, that I wish you were different type thing, and it just doesn't work. You have to accept them for who they are and make the choice to keep them in your life, or change the relationship, or just not talk to them anymore. And it depends on the person, of course. I mean, you can't just like shun your mother, you know. I mean you could, but it would be kind of shitty, but something like that, you know. Number 8 is one of those silly ones, but also not, and it's life's too short to not shove a camera in people's faces. I am a photographer. I love taking photographs, I love photographing people, I love capturing weird moments, you know, like little things that people otherwise wouldn't necessarily think to capture. Even if they turn out to be irrelevant, like 10 years down the road, I'm like, why did I take that picture? But I might be like, I'm so glad I took that picture. Poor Griffin is growing up with a camera in his face, but he'll appreciate it someday, I'm sure. Number 9, you have nothing to prove. As long as you're happy with yourself, you don't really have to please other people. Obviously be self-aware, like if you're toxic, then you should change, speaking from experience. But overall, you don't really owe anybody anything other than respect, unless they don't deserve it. Can I not pet you? Am I not allowed to pet you? Number 10 is something that I have kind of always believed, but more so started to believe in the past few years, like 5 or 6 years, and that's that everything happens for a reason. Even if you can't see the reason now or ever, I think things work out the way they're supposed to. That one I do repeat a lot. Number 11 is people who judge are insecure. And I learned this from being insecure and judging other people. And I've learned it from other people who I know are insecure who judge me. Yeah, like I've learned it a lot with not say any names, but people who judge your music, for example, are insecure in their own music taste. People who judge how you look are insecure in how they look. And it's sad, honestly. It's kind of sad. When people judge you or treat you badly, it's because they are feeling bad within themselves, because happy people don't do that. It's sad. Just feel bad for them. Don't feel bad for you. Feel bad for them. Number 12 is most people are just trying their best. Number 13 is a joke, but it's it could still work, and it's basically just never trust a man who looks at you like this. You'll probably die. Number 14 is one thing that I'd actually learned from one of Jenna's videos, which I have held on to and do appreciate, and that is that you should never live life with regrets. Reminding yourself that you made the best decision you could make at that time. You can't regret it, because you can't change it, so why waste your time feeling bad about it when it's done? People make bad decisions in life based on situation or how they feel or what they're going through or whatever else, or sometimes you just make a bad decision because you weren't thinking straight, you're just having a dumb moment, and that's okay too. You don't have to regret it. It's done. It's over. It doesn't matter anymore. You made the best decision you could make at that time, and that's it. Number 15 is probably controversial because people don't ever want you to have a bad day, but just scraping by is enough sometimes. Sometimes all you gotta do is keep breathing. Sometimes that's enough. You don't have to conquer every day and be happy and all that. You just don't. Sometimes you just want to lay in bed and not do anything, and that's perfectly okay. Sometimes you just don't have the energy, and that's fine. Don't let other people tell you otherwise. Number 16 has always been a pet peeve that I've kind of turned into a lesson that I've learned, and that's that nobody really knows you as well as you know yourself. Maybe they know some parts of you that you don't realize because you don't see yourself from third person, but when they try to act like they know what goes on inside your head, And I think a lot of people do mean it in like a comforting way, like, I know you can feel vulnerable with me because I understand you, but in my experience it's always been condescending. Number 17 is that having faith in a higher power, whatever power that may be, can be healing and healthy and can offer a sense of security. And I'm not going to get into that because I think my parents watch these videos and they, no offense, are quite close-minded and I don't want to get into it with them. But it can be healthy to an extent, as long as it's not like being extreme about it, but also to each their own. People are going to believe what they want to believe. And number 18, the last one that I've learned probably most recently that I had just thought of at like 3 o'clock in the morning the other night, was like, oh, I should add that to the list. And that's that beauty is however you define it. It is absolutely in the eye of the beholder. Something that you may think is gorgeous, someone else might think is unattractive. I think true beauty is internal. Like what you look like is irrelevant really in the long run. Don't focus too much on what you look like as opposed to like who you are, because who you are is so much more important. Why are you messaging me? Oh, I don't even talk to you, go away. I'm bad. See, if I made more videos, if I did it like a weekly thing, maybe I'd be better at it. That's all that I've got now. I'm sure there's probably things that I missed, but my brain is so scattered, I don't even know what's going on most of the time. That's all. This is gonna be fun to edit. Pray for me. Thanks. Bye.